How is it possible to buy a product for 1,000 francs and sell it for more than 10,000 francs? When you go to the market nowadays, you realize that the price of everything, almost everything, is increasing on, if not have doubled completely. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why that is the case and how you can also do to actually profit from this new trend. A lot of people are starting their business by importing from China and selling the products here in Cameroon for very, very expensive prices, and you can actually start doing that right now. My name is Matt. I am an e-commerce expert and an importer, and in the past few years I've made upwards of 12 million francs CFA online with just the strategies that I'm going to explain to you in this video. I have also taught more than 2,000 people how to launch and start their own importation businesses and make good money from it. First of all, there's a lot of misconceptions when people hear about importation, and that is the fact that you need a lot of capital to start importing, and I want to start by debunking that misconception. And after that, I'm going to explain the steps that you need to follow in order to do your own successful importation. So stick with me right to the end, because I'm going to be giving you a surprise that I have prepared for you. So with platforms like Pinduoduo, 1688 and Alibaba, you can actually buy products from those platforms for extremely cheap prices, because you are not going to be using a middleman, you are not going to pay commissions to a third party, and you're going to be making purchases from these platforms for as low as 5,000 francs, if not even less than that, and you're going to be making your purchases directly yourself. So by making purchases directly yourself, you're actually saving money by not spending money on third-party payments and services, and you are making sure that you're actually buying exactly what you want at the price that is the cheapest possible. For you to make your own purchases from China, you need to follow the steps I'm going to enumerate in this video. But the first thing that you need to have is the product that you want to buy. So if you want to import from China, you need to know what you want to buy first. And after you have actually choose the product that you want to buy, the next step is to actually decide which platform you are going to be buying the product from. You know, there are a lot of platforms to buy from China, but the most popular ones and the most secure ones are Alibaba, Pinduoduo, and 1688. And these are the major platforms and the biggest brands in order to make payments of products from China. And these are the brands that I actually recommend. And when you have chosen from these platforms, because each of these platforms have their own special, I would say special categories for products, of special type of products that they sell, and each of these platforms have their own specificities. For example, if you want to buy electronics, phones, computers, and other electronics, Pinduoduo is very recommended, because it has been proven that they have a very good quality of products, especially in electronics. And if you want to buy things like clothes and hairs and more, I would say, tangible products, 1688 is the way to go. So these particular platforms have their own specificities, and this is a broad topic that you can make a quick Google search and see which platform is best for which type of products. But the next thing that you want to do after you have chosen your platform is to actually choose a supplier from this platform. So once you have chosen your platform, you want to know which is the supplier that is actually selling your good. And for you to do that, there are a lot of criteria, which is also a broad topic, that you need to actually identify in order to know if a supplier is a good one. Like, you need to choose a supplier that has good prices, first of all, and you need to make sure that the supplier is a genuine supplier and he will actually deliver you good quality products. So these are the criteria that you need to follow. There are some criteria you need to follow in order to identify good suppliers from each of these platforms. So from Alibaba, there are criteria that you need to identify good suppliers with. Same for 1688 and same for Pinduoduo. Next thing, once you have chosen the supplier that you need to buy from, you need to negotiate with the supplier. So most of the time, depending on the product that you want to buy and depending on the price of the product that you want to buy, you actually sometimes have the margin of negotiating with the supplier the price that you need or that you want to buy the product from. So if you are buying goods for, like, let's say 1 million or even more, usually you can negotiate with the supplier and have a discount that will even save you 100,000 or even 200,000 francs. And also, if you have a good relationship with your suppliers, like one of my students actually got products for free from his supplier. He got a computer of more than 50,000 francs for free from his supplier, because he was actually having a good relationship with his supplier and he was making purchases regularly. This is the type of relationship that you want to actually have with your supplier, because in China they have a different policy, which is sales before everything. So what they want to do above everything is actually sell their products. So if you find an agreement, if you find a way to have an agreement with them, they are going to sell the products to you for cheap. Now, after you have negotiated and you want to make the payments for the good, there are a lot of methods of making payment, but the most secure way is to use a Visa card to make your payments, and I'm going to explain exactly why. A Visa card, what is a Visa card? A Visa card is a payment method, or is a card that enables you to make payments from these platforms without you having to actually send money in a bank account. And the reason why this is very, very recommended and secure is because if you make your purchases using a Visa card and your supplier doesn't give you good quality products or doesn't send you your products at all, you can actually request for a refund and you're going to receive your money back. So you don't need a bank account. You can actually request for a refund in your Visa card, and you can link your Momo account to your Visa card, so you can take money from your Momo account, add it to your Visa card, or take money from your Visa card and send it back to your Momo account. That can be done very easily. There are a lot of methods to create a Visa card. You can get one from a bank for let's say around 15,000 francs, or you can even create one for free. After the payment of the good, the next step that you want to actually do is to link your supplier with your freight forwarder. What is a freight forwarder? A freight forwarder, or also called a freight agent, is a company that is going to transport your goods from China to Cameroon and to your different cities and handle with the customs for you. The reason why you want to use a freight forwarder is because, one, you don't get to handle customs, because if you want to import your goods yourself, you need to make the paperwork, the administrative paperwork that allows you to be able to make importations, and you also need to handle customs once the goods arrive. But with freight forwarders, they do all of that for you, and what you only need to do is to pay the transportation fee for your good. And I want to emphasize here that this actually is very cheap, because a lot of people who are actually selling the goods on the markets nowadays are buying with this exact method, and they're using the freight forwarders to buy and import their own goods. So if you think that this is a process that freight forwarders are expensive, then you don't understand how the market works and you have never imported. But if you start importing, you will understand exactly how it works, exactly how to make your calculations and to calculate for the profit margins, and to know exactly which product to import and with what means you need to import in order to make profit from those products. The last thing that you need to do after you have linked your freight forwarder and your supplier, you have to wait for your goods, and you will be receiving your goods in your same city, and all you will have to do is actually get in touch with the freight forwarder and collect your goods. This can be done easily, and this can last like 21 days by air, or even 14 days by air. Sometimes even in a week you can receive your goods, and by sea this will last at least 1.5 months. So these are the steps that you need to follow in order to make your importation successfully. I know this might sound daunting for you, but I assure you this is a very easy process that you can implement no matter where you are, who you are, and what you are trying to buy from China. And in order to understand exactly how this is done, I have trained more than 2,000 people how to do exactly this step, how to execute exactly these steps in the least amount of friction possible. And I can also teach you how to start this exact business. And if you are ready to start your own importation journey, I invite you to check the description in the video down below. Contact me for more information, and I will enroll you in the course on how to learn how to import using these 3 platforms. It was Mr. Matt. Let's meet in the next one.